views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Welcome everybody to In the Now on my TCN TV network. I am your host, Simone Jennifer Smith, and today I'm going to take you through Toronto in a different way. So obviously us as Caribbeans, we know about all the Caribbean events that are coming up, which is wonderful, but you know what? Sometimes I think it's important that we take a step outside of our normal boxes and discover things in the world, because you learn a lot about not only where you're from, because Toronto has a lot of history. So we will learn some stuff today about some of the stuff that's going on historically. But before I go into that, I want to remind you guys of all of the shows here on my TCN TV network. And I want to remind you to like, comment, please stay engaged. If you have something good to say, bad to say, I don't care. You're watching, say it. And of course, share our show to those you know will enjoy it, all right? So let's go through some of the shows that we now have on. Our roster is growing. And we have a lot of new shows here on my TCN TV network. On Tuesdays at 10 a.m., it's The Daily Reel with Andrew Pierre. Did I say that right, or Perry? I like Pierre. Pierre, so nice. Andrew Perry. And of course, Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we have a brand new show starting called On Point. And that's with Mr. Jermaine Chambers. So obviously his take is going to be a little bit more political. So I think that'll be interesting for those who do follow politics. Of course, here to help you with Simone Jennifer Smith. And of course, you guys know the silly one there, Mr. Dave Rankin. Dave, look at the picture. And at 6 o'clock, we have What Matters with the beautiful Erica Edwards. Always intriguing, always talking about things that really do matter to our community. On Fridays, 11 a.m., we have Hope in the Six with our boy Eddie Ryman, talking about some real things. Dying Thief. Is it thief that he says, or does he actually say thief? Thief? We say thief. All right. Friday, 12 o'clock-ish, p.m.-ish, is In the Now with me, Simone Jennifer Smith. And then on Friday afternoons, our latest installment is The Elephant Room with the beautiful L.A. Wade. This woman here, like, today she actually has a really cool guest on. For anyone who is in the I would say the Pan-African movement, who's involved in the Pan-African movement, who's very involved in African history, you guys are going to enjoy her guest this afternoon. It's Mr. Claude Anderson. Dave, you know Mr. Claude Anderson, yes. Very, very insightful man. So definitely stay tuned for that. So let's move on quickly and go to our next thing. Let's do our quick journey into something that I found really interesting, and to be honest with you, I think might actually be good for our community. Great room. Great room. So located at 26 Ashbourne Road, for just $20 at Toronto's Battle Sports Complex, you can rent a rage room and a space where you can really destroy as much as you want. After, of course, you select a weapon, you're invited into a room full of china, wine glasses, clocks, tables, chairs, and other breakables. You select your desired item from the Rage Room menu. So they have a menu that shows you things that you can break. And then you are accompanied by a theme song of your choice. And you can just let it wail. So you can just go off. So now with the $20 packages come with 5 plates, but you can choose other items for a fee depending on your stress level. So you can even bring your own stuff, and you can actually bring a picture of someone, tape it on the object. So each person gets safety gear, including a protective face mask, coveralls, and work gloves. Only one person, unfortunately, see what they showed here, they fibbed, because they're saying only one person is allowed in at one time. And if you're on a date, the other person has to stand behind a plexiglass to watch it. So it's not as fun, because I'd love to go off. But maybe, I don't know, what if you were mad at that person, you just took the bat and started to go off? Maybe that's why they only allow one person in the room. So there are similar rooms that exist. There's an anger room in Dallas, and there's another actual rage room in Serbia. And the one in Serbia is the one that the gentleman who owns this place, called Chung, said his actually ID stemmed from. So it actually came from Serbia, and then he brought it here to Toronto. So there's a couple things why I really wanted to bring this up to our viewers. So imagine being able to take out your anger and frustration in a safe place instead of out on each other. Just a thought, okay? And I have some questions for you. What song would you choose while you're smashing things? Leave that in the comments. What song would you choose if you were smashing things? What would you choose? And whose face would you put on the smashables? Is there someone you really, really want to like take their face off? Here you can do it safely, not get arrested, not end up in prison. Okay, so it works out. Now I want to go to another extreme in our last minute for this segment. So they actually have this thing called cuddle parties in Canada. So this is the exact opposite of smashing everything. Cuddle Party is a federally recognized non-profit organization that trains and certifies people to become certified cuddle party facilitators. So a cuddle party is a short workshop social event that teaches basic consent, boundary communication, and touch skills in a relaxed and friendly setting. So they currently have about 150 certified facilitators all over the world. And what does it take to be a cuddling facilitator? So you have to go through, I guess, an understanding of the principles that they have about cuddling. And there's actually some research that has been done that says a hug from a close friend isn't only comforting, it also provides feel-good hormones in the brain like serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, all of which help boost the immune system and ward off illnesses. So where some of us might be like a cuddle party, cuddling is actually really good for your well-being, mentally and physically. So there's some science behind that. Now, my thing with the cuddle party is like, there must be some really strict guidelines, because really and truly, most people just want to go get some feel-ups. You know our community. It'd be a feel-up, not a cuddle party. So I love it. It's good, but in theory, I don't know if it's not going to really work for us. I just found it interesting. Anyhow, when we come back to In the Now, we're going to talk about a few different sites that are in Toronto. One called a half house, which is legit half of a house. We'll see you soon on In the Now.
With so many newspapers within the community, it's sometimes hard to tell what separates us from the rest. Most of the time, they all brag about the same thing. You know, the large circulations, tons of online views, and it can go on and on. But what really separates the Toronto Caribbean newspaper apart from everybody else? Well, it's simple. Our service. No, seriously. Hi, I'm Grant Browning, founder and CEO of the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. I have over 20 years of branding and marketing experience, and I've worked with countless companies and corporations to do one thing, and that is to raise their profits with their brand. With over 40 years of combined experience in branding and marketing, our amazing staff is fully prepared to sit down and figure out exactly what you need to stand out from your competitors.
The reason why you don't see that anymore is because That is too powerful. Bring too much people.
So what are you waiting for? Give us a call today. We'll be happy to help.
So welcome back to In the Now. If you are just joining us, you are on In the Now with Simone Jennifer Smith, bringing you up-to-date things happening here in Toronto. And in our last segment, I introduced two concepts, the Rage Room as well as cuddle parties. If you want to hear more about that, you're going to have to go back and watch it. I'm not repeating it, but definitely go back to the first segment and take a look at that. So this show is dedicated to Toronto. I want people to experience Toronto in its fullness, whether you're from here or traveling from like abroad. Definitely need to experience all of Toronto. And yes, Caribana is great, but there's so much else to Toronto than Caribana, especially for us as Caribbean people. So I want to introduce to you guys a place called Half House. Now, what do you mean by Half House? So Toronto's Half House was a result of stubborn owners refusing to sell and some extreme precise demolition. So the Half House used to be part of a row of houses built in the 1890s on what used to be a street called Dummer Street. Can you pull up that picture of the Half House? We're gonna leave this there for a second, okay? So for much of its past, legit, look at that house, guys. It's Half a House. I wanna go see this. Dave, you're coming with me to see this. I want to go see Half House, okay? So for much of its past, the street was blighted by poverty. More recently, the area between University and Spadina has been home to a large Chinese community. Starting in 1957, most of the block bound by Queen McCall, St. Patrick, and Dundas Street was purchased in pieces by Windlass Holdings Limited, the company that developed the village by the Grange. Apparently, they sometimes used aggressive tactics to secure some of the land deeds, and despite some resistance, the owners of some of the homes sold at different times, and the row was pulled down in pieces like a tooth extraction, legit just pulling pieces of the house down as people sold it. So the sole survivor was once the third house in the row from the south. The similar buildings next door are later additions. So there are some buildings that have been added on and kind of built on like a laneway. So this picture here is, they actually used to call, a house would have a half number. So the development company was interested, it was never able to really secure this house, which is 54 and a half Street, now called St. Patrick Street, okay? And instead, the company demolished its neighbor to the north with surgical precision. Look at that, like they cut the house in half, ensuring that not even the woodwork on the facade of the holdout building was disturbed, and there's an internal supporting wall. It became a blank exterior when the house next door came down. So if there are any treasure hunters out there, guys, this would be for you, okay? I'm going to go look at this Half House. I would love to go inside and see how half of a house looks. That'd be really interesting to see as well. So my next place to visit would be a place called, so you know what? Before I go into this, let me play the video. It's about a place called Monkey's Paw, and they have a very interesting concept to it. It's a vending machine that spits out vintage books. So if you're a treasure hunter, like a book reader, you may like this. Play this video, Selena.
Step right up, step right up, step right up. Everyone's a winner, bargains galore. That's right, you two can be the proud owner. The quality goes in before that name goes on. 1/10 of a dollar, 1/10 of a dollar. We got service after the sale. How about perfume? We got perfume. How about an engagement ring? Some for the little lady, some for the little lady, some for the little lady. $3, $4. We got a year-end clearance. We got our white sale and a smoke-damaged furniture. You can drive it away today. Act now, act now, and receive is our gift. Our gift to you. They come in all colors. One size fits all. No muss, no fuss, no spills. You tired of kitchen drudgery? Everything must go. Going out of business, going out of business, going out of business. Sit right. You can sit about it. Come on, sit right. Come on, sit right.
So it's located inside the Monkey Paw, a bookstore on Dundas West that is known for its collection of old, rare books. The idea of the shop is to only feature unusual items. The Monkey's Paw stocks a diverse variety of 20th century printed matter with special emphasis on visual culture, obsolete opinions, and of course, outdated technologies. So you can actually, they used to be on Dundas Street, but they've moved. You can visit Monkey's Paw at 1067 Bloor Street West, and that's just east of the Gladstone Library. I'm personally going to visit this place. Like, that's cool. Like, a vending machine with books and you never know what you get. I'm just going to go there at like $20 and just buy books. I don't know what's going to come out, but it looks like they have like a variety of different ones. So while I was going through my research, I'm actually going to throw out my word for the day just because I've never heard of this word. And I saw it twice today during my research. And I'm like, you know what? For whatever reason, I need to know this word. So let's have a word for the day. The word for the day is detritus, which means waste of any kind. So the Monkey's Paw has a lot of detritus items because they are waste to some people. And they take them and sell them, especially like books and stuff like that. So that's my word for the day. It just came up twice. Honestly, guys, I don't even know why I brought it up. It's just, it came up twice today in my research. And I was like, people like this word, detritus. So I want you guys all to use that in the sentence, if you can once, at the bottom there in the comment section. Guys, when we come back, we're going to go into some arts and entertainment that's happening here in Toronto. So stay tuned for some of that on In the Now.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Hello everyone, my name is Jermaine Chambers, and I'm very excited to tell you about the newest political and current affairs program coming here to Brampton. It's called On Point.
The first step of true reconciliation is learning more about one another.
Join us on Tuesdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we discuss all the issues.
I will never forget the trust you put in me.
Municipal, provincial, federal, and any issue of national importance we will talk about on Point. So do join us.
There's no energy exchange anywhere here. The one place that felt different, it was Kensington Market. I met some musicians. They were sitting in a circle and playing in a park music in Kensington Market. I walked up to them and I want to tell them, لكم فدوى الله، هاي الدنيا القالب عليها أنا، هذا اللي جاي أدور عليه. But I didn't know how to say it in English.
Look at me. I'm using English, our secret language in high school, to keep your mama out of the loop.
So, what's with the accent?
Oh, it's mine.
In Canada, if you're not 大大咧咧, then you must be 害羞。像屁眼一样，人人都有，你以为就你有屁眼啊？
Los venden los combates con los rojos paliacates que la pólvora impregnó en aquella madrugada. Todo halaga su mirada.
When you are intimate with somebody, do you think in Spanish or English?
Both.
It's weird for me when I think about, like when I'm having sex, I can't even think or say things in Russian because that's my mom's tongue. And that's weird.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to In the Now with Simone Jennifer Smith. So, again, with me, I want to make sure that I'm doing things a little bit differently for us. And I wanted to present different art forms and things that are happening in Toronto, things that might be of interest to some of us, because some of us do like arts in the arts world, and that's definitely artistic. So the director, Art Babayans, I hope I said his name correctly, says he was always interested in how people use their body to communicate when they don't speak a language very well. So he came up with this idea in 2015 for a play, and he was driven to create a space for immigrant actors here in Toronto. So the play is performed in 7 languages. So it's Arabic, Greek, Spanish, Hebrew, Bengali, Comorian. What would that be from? Comorian. Yeah, it is a good question. If somebody knows where Comorian, who speaks Comorian, that would be great. French and English. So the play tries to break down some of those cultural differences and help the audience connect, especially by inviting immigrants or first-generation Canadians who speak some of the languages that are being used. So it is interesting when maybe not everyone can understand, but the fact that they're using their bodies to show you what they're saying, and for those who do understand the language, it's a really good way to stay engaged because you'll get it maybe at a different level than the other people do. It's art, right? So it's a series of comedic scenes. The scenes are very, very quick. So when someone doesn't understand one part, there's quickly something else that they can relate to and, of course, understand. So definitely an interest for someone who enjoys the arts, enjoys theater. Check this out. It's, again, out of our normal comfort zones, out of our box, but why not, okay? But let's take it back to some Caribbean theater because, of course, I swear no one can do it like us. So let's talk about this play called Snowball from Hell. So the Dynamic Theater Production House, 365 Productions, has shot boldly onto the Canadian theater scene with its masterful and hilarious presentation of Basil Dawkins' Snowball from Hell. Now, while Snowball from Hell is being brought to the Canadian stage for the very first time, this play has had a hugely successful run in most of the Caribbean islands. I think they've done over 100 shows there. So it's a transformative and inspirational play about a young woman. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Okay, so it's preyed upon a teenager, Snowball. And this is interesting because I'm actually going to see this, who must now usurp the treacherous, unfamiliar territory of the wealthy and change her destiny. So this sounds like a rags to riches type play, is what it kind of looks like. And obviously someone who's lived life in the streets. It's about a young lady. Let me see what her name is. Her name is, Evadne. So Dave, I'm going to spell this name and see if I'm saying it right. Evadney. Evadne? Evadne. I have to go back Caribbean, but Evadne. Evadne, and I hope I'm saying that right. But Evadne, yes. So Miss Evadne goes through some things in this play. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the cast that's actually in Snowball from Hell. You guys may recognize some of them. So John L. Phillips is considered to be one of Guyana's most versatile actors, both on stage and on film, or in film, sorry. The extremely talented and well-known Judy Pye Cox adds her unique artistry to the cast in her role of Joycey, and she brings more than 30 years of theater experience. We have the versatile Teresa Pinky Baker, who plays Evadne. I said it right this time, right? All right. Whose misfortune and pregnancy are central to the tale. Teresa adds her unique style to the character of Evadne, and audiences are in for an actual treat. So Teresa has she's played different roles in Me Get Me Landed, wow, and The Head Girl. So this young lady's doing some acting. Alma James, as well as in the play, and Oral Dean Brown both alternate in the role of Ms. Wilson, who is the lawyer secretary. So there's a lawyer secretary in there that you need to look out for. And the masterful actor Chris M. Hutchinson, rounds out the cast for Snowball from Hell as the volatile contract killer Rupert, who must do a complete about-face to save the life of Evadne. So, some drama in there. When does this drop? There's a couple places that it's playing at throughout the GTA. So on Sunday, July 7th, it's at the Jamaican Canadian Association, which is, of course, located on 995 Arrow Road at 6 p.m. Additionally, they're also playing on Friday, July 12th at the Speranza Banquet Hall in Brampton, and that's on 510 Deerhurst Drive at 8 o'clock p.m. And then again, they're in Scarborough at the St. Clement of Orchid Banquet Hall, and that's 76 Overlay Boulevard, and that's on Saturday, July 13th at 8 p.m. So tickets, they're available in several locations across the GTA, and they're also at ticketgateway.com. I believe they're $35 in advance and $40 at the door. So you definitely want to go and check out. If you are into the arts, if you're into theater, definitely Caribbean theater with Caribbean Film Festival coming up. This is a really good start to this. So Snowball from Hell, first place to catch it for people in the Etobicoke area. That's at Jamaican Canadian Association 995 Air Road, 6 p.m. Okay, guys, we are about to round everything up. So now what I'm going to do for next segment is for those who just want to kind of stick to the traditional things that are happening, I'm going to give you 5 free things that are happening in Toronto this long weekend. See you guys soon on In the Now.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
We refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
In the Ow, because that's the name of the show. In the Ow with Simone. You know what though? Honestly, why I enjoy doing my show is because if I mess up, I mess up. I don't care. I like that it's live because listen, this is life. Life is full of mess ups. Allow me. Happens. So if you're just joining us now, guys, definitely go check out the last 3 segments. First segment we talked about some interesting things you can do in Toronto, the Rage Room, or cuddle up with somebody, cuddle with a facilitator. And then we spoke in the second segment about, some weird attractions, some different attractions in Toronto. So there's a bibliothèque, a vending machine that spits out books for $3, as well as a half house. Go check that out. Yeah, throw that up there. If you want to hear more about the half house, you definitely got to go back to that segment, segment 2. Segment 3, we discussed some of the arts and entertainment and theater that's happening in our community. So we have a play about, that uses 7 different languages. And yes, Snowball from Hell. Thank you, Selena. You got there before me, but she's on it. Snowball from Hell, Caribbean film play, happening starting July 7th at Jamaican Canadian Association. And the other play was, I can't remember what's the name of it. Hold on, let me go back up. 7 languages, is that what it's called? Yeah, it's there. Go back, check it out. You should have been watching. I won't have to do this. Okay, so Let's talk about the 5 free things there are to do this weekend. So, of course, the Toronto Massive Jazz Festival is back for another exciting run. Festival goers can take part in visiting daily interactive activations and roaming bands. Not to mention, Hazeltown Avenue will be part of the action from Monday, June 24th, so this past Monday, to Sunday, June 30th, with performances by 20 bands from across Canada, the UK, and Italy. So we're known, I think the Montreal Jazz Festival is supposed to be real hype too, but this one's really good. It's Toronto. We have to big up Toronto. Can't big up Montreal. We have to big up Toronto first. So, of course, Rib Fest, guys. I wish I still could eat ribs like I used to. Nothing says Canada Day to you more than a saucy rack of ribs. You'll find no shortage of them at Rib Fest. In addition to 2 stages with live music all day, perks for the kids, including a free kids zone, activities, a massive mobile midway, and a bunch of other different things that are going to be happening. If you've gone to Jerk Fest once, you've gone there twice. It's Jerk Fest. Again, I wish I could eat ribs like I used to because that looks so good. Oh my God. Okay. So that's happening June 28th to July 1st. It starts on Friday from 3 p.m. till 10 p.m., Saturday and Monday from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. So full days. You have all day, you can get there, guys. You don't have to go in the morning, you can go in the afternoon. And where is it? Centennial Park, same place it always is, 256 Centennial Park Road in Etobicoke. All right, for someone who likes history a little bit, it's not really our history, but it's still interesting. So Black Creek Pioneer Village has their Canada Day events. You can grab the kids and take them back in time for a little bit. The Black Creek Pioneer Village, you'll find a 19th century carnival complete with fire jugglers, performers, live music, a historic brewery, and old-fashioned carnival games. So it's free on July 1st. That's just cool. Like jugglers, food, carnival games. That's okay. That's something you can do. It's kind of fun. So it's from 11 a.m. till 5 o'clock p.m. July 1st, and that's, of course, Black Creek Pioneer Village. So for let's see, from people who like to limber up and stay zen in their moments, there's yoga. You can enjoy a special Canada Day Vinyasa yoga class at Our Land Park this July 1st. This event is all levels and is free for everyone. The class will take place from 12 p.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. between the playground and the tennis courts. Definitely something if you're into the yoga scene and you want to catch your zen, if you're trying to just knock everything out your mind, you can do it for an hour outside. Hopefully it's not too hot. And finally, for Ono who love your belly, Diev, you're one of these people. Selena, I know you're one of them too. The Ontario chain of all-you-can-eat buffet restaurants will be honoring patrons who are Canadian citizens a free buffet. Mandarin's giving away free food. That's it. Mandarin is giving away free food. All you need is a proof of citizenship, a Canadian birth certificate, passport, Canadian citizenship card. Free food. That's it. Do you realize how long these lineups are going to be for this? And you know what? There's things they didn't include. How long can you eat for? I know they like to put limits. Are you only allowed to be in there for like an hour? Because if not, people will just sit in there all day and just yam food. What are the limitations? I'm curious, for anyone who gets to go to this, I would love for you to leave your comments on what the experience of free food at Mandarin is. Also, I'm curious. People don't love to give away anything for free, especially East Asian people. Let's be real. What's happening here? Dave, what are your thoughts? I'm a little nervous. There's a reason that this is free, guys. So as much as it seems free and it sounds exciting, think about it. Why is this food free? Anyhow, go enjoy it if you must. I get it. It's free. Some of us just like free things. Guys, thank you for joining me on another segment of In the Now. Next week, you know what? I have a surprise. I'm not certified on it yet, so I can't talk about it. But we might have a very special guest on In the Now. especially for that segment, In Tune with the Universe. I can't say anything yet, but guys, just stay tuned. As the week goes by, I'll be dropping little hints. Please don't forget to hit that red button below to subscribe to My TCN TV. You can check us out on www.mytcntv.com. All the shows are there. I listed them out before, but they're all there as well. Also there's also the like newsreel. So there's all like in the now stuff happening really quickly if you want to find out what's happening around the world. So In the Now is continuously going on the on the website. Check us out on Facebook. Definitely go to YouTube, share, comment, engage. I love you, Toronto. Thank you so much. I was banging it, and I know I'm not supposed to be. Thank you, Toronto, for tuning in and listening to us today. I'll see you guys all next Friday on In the Now.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity in our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.